Welcome to Deep River Farm. Well, we've had some issue in here with some mice and rats, and we've had to set some traps. And if you was able to see any of the videos before they got deleted, you would have seen the great big rats that we'd been killing. It was the size of a man's 12 double E shoe. And here's what they're doing. They're getting in here and they're eating on our tomatoes. So I wanted to show you what they're doing here. Now, as you can see, a lot of our tomatoes now, it's looking like fall. We had that almost 9-week drought. We had temperatures pushing 100 degrees, and you can see that it's pretty much eliminated all the leaves and stuff down on the lower sides of the tomatoes. And the tomatoes are not very big, but look how many there is. It is absolutely loaded with tomatoes, but they're no size because of the drought and all that happened with the high temperature. And as soon as we'd get a tomato come in good, start ripening, the rats would get them. And we've been trapping rats. We've got 18 great big rats so far, and we've killed about 6 half grown, and then a couple of field mice. So that's what we've been after. But as you can see, these tomatoes, now some of them pretty good size over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get them before they start ripening, because if I don't, if there's a rat left, it'll get it. Now, we've also been in here pulling beans, and as you can see, they're in here. But they're starting to flatten out a little bit. So we've got a big hurricane coming up from Florida. We're supposed to get about 5 inches of rain up here. So I thought I'd run out right quick and check my beans, pick what I could, and then we're going to reevaluate it after the rain ends sometime this week. And it's a good thing I've got my carpet out. I can walk on it. I ain't got to worry about marring up, sinking, or anything like that, which is a good thing. And I've just got through pulling my okra. I got it. This is the heirloom okra. It's called it's called a Star of David, but the terminology around here that we know it as is PAPA John Okra. And these were heirloom okra seeds that came from Israel that my grandfather had, that he got from a guy in town named John's dad. And they were both the same age. So we know these seeds just in this family line here goes back about 225 years. But just wanted to give you a brief rundown of what we were dealing with. We've had squash bugs, we've had the heat, we've had the drought. We had rain from January till the 3rd week in May. We got just flooded and bombarded with water. And then we got our squash up, we got the bugs, then we got the drought, and then we got the heat, and then we got rats, and now we're back to squash bugs and rats. So just wanted to run all that by you and let you know that it don't matter what you do. If you build it, they will come. And that goes for pests or anything else. But if you don't build it, you have absolutely nothing that you can or enjoy a good, nutritious part of your meal during the summer. And we've got over 20 gallons of beans off of our 42-foot trellised row. And we've got 4 rows of beans in that on each, totaling both sides. So we've got quite a bit of beans. And if you can tell, I'm reaching up here, and that's a good 7 feet up here. And the trellis is a little over 6, and they're shooting up and rolling over right at 7 feet. But I wanted to show you this today. Our okra is now about 6 foot tall. And those tomato plants, it's only supposed to get 4 foot or about 7.5. And but they're starting to show the signs of fall. Leaves are starting to fall. We've still got blooms, but the tomatoes are small, and mainly that's due because of the heat and the drought. But I appreciate you joining us today on Deep River Farm as we've been cutting okra and picking green beans. We got a whole sack full of tomatoes there and a sack full of green beans and okra. And we're going to take that in. I see there's one more squash up there we're going to get. We pulled most of the squash out of the beds except for a couple of healthy plants that did not have squash bugs. But that don't mean they're not going to get it. And we're getting ready to get our plant beds ready for beets. We're gonna plant some beets, and we got some pumpkins going. But I wanted to let you know what we got here. I appreciate you joining us today on Deep River Farm. I think my phone storage is about full, so I'm gonna have to cut the video short. But I will show you the pumpkin that I've got coming up here alongside a late squash. Appreciate you joining us today. Have a blessed day.